Hello, Periscope. How are you? I wanted to come on today and talk to you a little bit about ratchet fashion and just why do women actually dress the way that they do, and what effect is that having on, hey Sean, what effect is that having on our youth? Because it's not all about us. So there's going to be some things that I say on this scope, on this video, that you might not agree with, and I'm perfectly fine with that. My name is Daree Allen, and I am an entrepreneur. I'm a speaker, a youth speaker, an author, and a life coach. And my main focus is helping young girls and women, girls and young ladies, to build their self-confidence by helping them identify and reject negative media influences so they can live their lives to a higher standard. I focus a lot on things like reality TV and just everyday life, things that people kind of live in a certain way that's supposedly normal, but it doesn't mean that it's right. And so today on my podcast, I have a talk show, which is could also be called a podcast because it's on iTunes and internet radio. And on my podcast today, I talk about my episode today is called Girls Gone Mild. And we talk about this. We talk about women and their, some of them seeking attention or low self-esteem, whatever the case, and not just how they dress, but how that affects other people. We know how it affects men, but how does it affect our kids? I want to show you a picture here. Here's an example of something that, some people might feel like this is just kind of, it's normal to have something across your behind. You know what I mean? It's a brand. It's cool. Everybody likes pink, right? This is acceptable. These girls aren't showing anything. It's not too tight, right? They're not showing any skin. This is perfectly acceptable. My 15-year-old could wear this. My 20-year-old could wear this. It's no problem, right? Well, I would tend to disagree with that. I think that this is just one example. I've got many of things where we just wear clothes because they're stylish and they're fashionable and other people are doing it and we saw it on TV and our friends are doing it. And, I almost feel like I'm talking about kids here, but I'm not just talking about kids. I'm talking about grown-ups too. We look at other people and we're like, well, we rationalize. Oh, well, that's okay. This person's doing it and they're saved, or this person's doing it and, I respect them. So if it's okay for them, it's okay for me, right? Well, like I said, I don't know about that. I don't necessarily agree with what everyone else does. I'm an individual, and I think we have to live to a higher standard. Hey, how you doing, SW Cannon? Great. I just met her the other day at Jay Stone's brunch. So nice to meet you. And see you again now online. Now we're following each other. So if you like, and I know it's early. I live in Atlanta and it's early here. It's not even 9 a.m. But if you like what I'm talking about and you think that this scope is helpful at any time, please tap the right side of your device to give hearts and to share with the people that you follow so that more people will know about me. I am new to Periscope, so I don't have as many followers as some people, but I'm going to keep going for a few more minutes. I want to say a few more things about this subject. And I do have my notes. I got a lot of things. So another example that I thought of is, how you might go to an event. It could be a family-friendly event, okay? It could be like a barbecue. It could be like a game or something like that. And somebody rolls up. You're like, okay, who invited this person? Somebody rolls up and they got on something real tight or something that's see-through. Maybe you could see their nipples or something. I mean, it's just all kind. I just don't get it. And it's not as if these people that we've noticed did not see themselves in the mirror. They probably spent extra time in the mirror fluffing up their hair and, turning around, looking at the backside and everything. I don't get it. I remember walking behind a woman one time and she was holding hands with who I guess was her man because they were holding hands. And she had on really, really tight shorts. And I was behind her, but I can't imagine, like, from the front how uncomfortable that must have been. I just feel like just because you can, get it on and pull it up doesn't mean you have to wear it outside. It doesn't mean that. It might mean that you gained a few pounds. You can't wear those pants today. Can't wear them shorts right now. You got to lay off the carbs or something. You can't do it because it's distracting to people. And it's not like I want to look at these women. It's not like I want to pay attention to what they're wearing. I mean, I'm not gay, okay? I'm not interested like that.
So it's distracting. And then when I'm with my daughter, I got to explain to her, this is right, this isn't right, this is appropriate, this is not. And so it makes it kind of awkward. I mean, there's lots and lots. I think we all have experiences where we see something, we feel kind of awkward, like, oh, okay, what's going on? And these are grown people. But what about the effect that it's having on our kids? You know, do whatever you want. You want to wear a maxi dress and the whole outline of your panties is showing, you go right ahead, go for it, okay? But I don't get how that's helpful to the young boys and young girls around you. I don't see that. If you want your breasts hanging out when you go out, we live in America. I live in America, and you're free to dress that way. But think for a second about what the reason you're really doing it. Whose attention are you really seeking? Because you're getting attention from people that you're not trying to get it from. You're getting my attention, and like I said, I'm not interested in women. You're getting attention of children, okay? And you may be getting attention from the men, and that's what you want, but the way that you get attention from a person influences how they approach you and how they treat you. So think about that when you decide to get dressed in a manner that is not becoming to you. You can be classy and not trashy. You don't have to go there. High heels, how you doing? And thank you. If I might be concentrating a little bit and didn't see you join, I appreciate you. I have to look a little bit differently when I'm holding landscape to make sure that I'm making eye contact, even though I feel weird doing it. What else did I want to say? You can have high self-esteem. Hey, Angela. You can have high self-esteem and dress in this provocative manner. I mean, I'm a very self-confident woman. I mean, it took a lot for me to get here. Wasn't born like this. I promise you. I've got a story to tell. But I right now, 2015, I feel great about myself. I love myself. And, I don't walk around with a paper bag when I leave the house. I don't cover up my light, but there's a way to do it. You can wear clothes that fit without them being overly constricting. And, like I said, we see the outlines of your undergarments, Wearing proper undergarments will go a long way into, keeping you sleek and chic. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me some hearts if you know what I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't have to be Spanx. It could be any kind of undergarment where you're not showing your whole areola underneath your clothes. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to go there. We can have that aura of mystique and show how much we love ourselves and our esteem and still get attention, but get the right kind of attention. And that's the kind of modeling that we need to do for our youth, because we are basically modeling for our youth whether we're trying to or not, just by them seeing it. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, they're judging this and saying to themselves, okay, this is normal and it's okay. Miss Daree is doing it, so maybe it's not that bad. She's a Christian. She's good. Maybe it's okay for me to do it. So it's not even just about what we're seeing on TV and, what they're doing, which of course they look up to that. But, there's adults that do that. They're like, okay, well, maybe I can get away with rocking this. I've got another outfit. Let me show another outfit on this screen. I had showed one earlier. Just in case you joined a few minutes later than when I started. So this is the first one that I started with, and I said, a lot of people will feel like this is really not a big deal, to have something across your behind. Well, okay, let's keep going. Here's some other things that the kids are looking at. And these pictures are a little bit older, and I believe that every single one of these women, are old enough to dress like this. And for the most part, they're celebrities and everything, but I live in Atlanta. I see this regularly. This is not just a celebrity thing that they think it's okay to have cutouts and things like that. It's just got to be tasteful. Here's another example. See, so this is Jennifer Lawrence, and this is two different versions of her. Both of them, she's at a premiere. On the left, obviously, she's completely covered up, and on the right, she's covered up as well. There's a sheath underneath that, but those swirls are strategically placed, and these are the kinds of things that I show the kids, and we talk about, what here is acceptable, what is acceptable, what's okay, it doesn't really, you can't even say that it's because of somebody's age, because some of those young ladies were 20 and under. So you can't even say it's because they're grown. I was just trying to give them a little bit of leeway. So again, I have a podcast today where I am talking. The title of the podcast is Girls Gone Mild. The name of the podcast overall, if you want to search in iTunes, it's called Kickin' It with Daree, and it's available also on my website, which is dareeallen.com. So I thank you for sharing this broadcast. I thank you for giving me hearts, and I thank you for following me here on Periscope. Thank you. Bye.